Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Antarjyoti Bahijyoti Pratyakjyoti Paratparaha Jyotirjyoti Swayam Jyoti Atmajyoti Shivosmyaham Antarjyoti Bahirjyoti Pratyakjyoti Paratparaha Jyotirjyoti Swayam Jyoti Atmajyoti Shivosmyaham. The last verse, 21st verse of Brahmajnanavali. So there are so many Jyotihi in this verse. And then it uses a lot of Samskrita Sandhi. So some place it is Jyotihi, some place it appears as Jyotir. And Pratyak Jyoti, CNV told it as Pratyaksha Jyoti. That is also correct. So Pratyak Jyoti, that is everywhere, is Pratyaksha Jyoti. It appears to everybody. Pratyaksha.
ಛಂದಸ ಲೈಟ ಮಾತಿದರು
Huh?
ಛಂದಸ ಲೈಟ ಮಾತಿದರು
சந்தஸ் மாதிரி ஒரு க்ஷ நடுவுல கொண்டு வந்துட்டான்.
Yeah,
But it still means
okay.
இல்ல it's nice. It is nice. I'm just saying
Okay.
pratyak means everywhere. Pratyaksha means that which can be perceived through our senses. Prati akshana through all our eyes. Akshana kanna. Prati akshana, usually in Vedanta, aksha is not just restricted to the eyes. Aksha also means the sense organs, all the sense organs, the eyes, nose, ears. So pratyaksha means prati aksha. From all parts of my all sense organs, I can perceive Jyoti. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நீ அடுத்த லெவலுக்கு எடுத்துன்னு போயிட்டாது. So சுந்தர் மாமா மாமி அந்தர்ஜோதியில இருந்தா அவட பகிர் ஜோதி காண போயிடுத்து. So this is Atmajyoti. Very nice, very nice. So this is a very beautiful verse, and see, this is the actually this verse is the experience of somebody who has had this very deep inner experience of all the 20 verses. So whatever the earlier 20 verses that we have seen and read and understood, when we've been able to at some point meditate, sit with it, understand, perceive, this will be the experience of such a person. Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyakjyoti, Para, Apara. So what it means is Antar, the Jyoti inside, Antarjyotihi. There is Jyoti inside. When I close my eyes, there is light. When I open my eyes, there is light. Pratyakjyotihi. Pratyakjyoti, there is light everywhere. And there is light of this world, the para world and the apara world. The world that is beyond the senses, beyond the sensory perception.
மகோதய் இன்னைக்கு வேர்ல்ட் மெடிடேஷன் டே.
Oh, nice. So I was planning to do like a 10 minutes meditation at the end of the session today. So very nice. Oh, 21st December, is it? Okay. Nice. So the experience is of this light that is present everywhere. And when we say light, it doesn't mean the light that your eyes can see. It is the light of understanding, the light of knowledge, the light of freedom, the light of joy. All of these are also experienced as light. So light in English has both meanings, right? You have the light, which enables you to perceive, and then you also feel light because there is a certain freedom that is there. You're not bonded anymore. So the freedom of the lightness of freedom comes when there is light of understanding. And in Samskrita, Jyoti indicates that light which is beyond the light of that the light that we see, which is lightness and light and dark. So when you talk about what is at night, what is the light? If you're talking about the sunlight that is available to us during the day, what is the light at night? Kim jyotistavam bhanumana hanime ekashloki. What is that light that's available at night? Then you'll say it is moonlight. What happens on Amavasya day when there is no light? Oh, I'll say there is fire that is there. Fire has the light. What happens after the fire extinguishes? What happens when your eyes are closed? Is there light? So there is this experience of light that each one of us have, which is not necessarily the light with which the eyes can perceive. It is not just the light that eyes can perceive, it is the light that your mind has. Your when you understand something, there is a light within you, there is a perception, there is an understanding, there is a brightness that happens within you. So when you look at some people, we say, "No, tejas." Eppadi mogam on the glow or the light. There is a light in the face. There is a glow in the face. What light is that? That is not torch light, or that is not light that is coming because of electricity. That light is jyotihi, because of being a conscious principle. See, in fact, if you remember the story of the Ayodhya Rama, I don't know how many have seen this. The sculptor, when he starting sculpting the Rama, it was of a particular face and shape and form. But later, after consecration, he says it completely had a different feel, a different look altogether. The same sculptor who sculpted said after consecration, because they did 48 days mandala, right? This 48 days mandala, after the consecration, this Rama was looking very different. And there is a different glow, a different tejas that came from that Rama. It is stone only. But what has happened through the process of consecration? We have instilled some form of chaitanya within it, some consciousness within it. So the light of consciousness is also light. The light of chaitanya that we carry when we stand up and we talk to people, when our eyes are bright, when we are glowing with energy, that is also light. So this is the light that is being spoken about. And this light, it starts from the inside. See, he could have started Bahir Jyotihi, Antar Jyoti, he could have started. The verse could have started the outside light and then the inside light. Because this is our experience. We see light outside first, and then then somebody is teaching us and telling that close your eyes, go inside, there is light inside. That is our Vyavaharika experience. That light starts from the outside. You ask a child, you close its eyes, what do you see? It is darkness. You open your eyes, oh, I see light. Right? Because for us, closing our eyes means darkness. Because we have not practiced and trained ourselves enough to close our eyes and see within. Even if we close our eyes, we are seeing outside. See, just observe how when we close our eyes, our mind is going outside. The mind is looking outside. Oh, I'm sitting in this room. I'm sitting here. This is the place I am. Or the mind starts chattering. It starts thinking about events, incidents, people, what happened, or imagination of what is going to happen. So this is where your eyes are constantly looking on the outside. How many times does the eyes turn inwards and look inwards? There is somebody who asked this question very interestingly. He said, when you look inwards, do you see your heart, your kidney, your lungs? Very genuine question. You're saying look inwards. Inwards means what we should imagine. Should we imagine I'm seeing my heart, my lungs, my veins and blood and kidney and all that. This is because our mind is so tuned to looking at objects. Our minds are tuned to looking at objects that we want an object. When we say turn inwards and look inwards, we are wanting to look at an object inwards. Oh, what is inside my body? I have a heart on the left side. I had two lungs. I have a stomach. I have intestine. I have kidney, pancreas. Because our mind is looking for an object. And that is why we usually use an image of Bhagavan as an initiation to dhyana. Kshiro Danvat Pradeshe Shuchimane Valasat. Or Sinduraruna Vigraham Trinayana. So we want to use a particular form or a shape to bring our mind. When you close your mind or eyes, you want to keep an image so that your mind doesn't start looking for your heart and kidneys. This is where we are saying when you go inwards, then what we try to do is that we use the image as an alambana or as a support. Adhara, as a support, the image of Bhagavan, of Devi, of Krishna, of Rama, we use it as an image to support our focus. There's this group called Brahmakumari, those who know of them, from Mount Abu in Rajasthan. They only focus on the light. Like also the Ramalinga Adigal, what a group, that another group in the south. Their only thing that they will focus on is light, which is the lamp, the flame. They'll say focus on that. You bring your attention to that. Because we need an object to bring our attention to something. We always need that. But what is spoken of here, Adi Shankara starts with saying Antar Jyotihi. He says there is a light which is inside. See, this whole verse, if we don't get this Antar Jyoti, the rest of the verse is meaningless. The whole verse starts with saying Antar Jyotihi, and this Antar Jyoti is established in all the other 20 verses, where we are saying that when we close our eyes, when we bring our mind into an attention within ourselves, then we perceive something within you, not see. Understand this. Because the problem is the moment the eyes close and you're awake, the eye is trying to see something. From sight, can you come to perception? Perception means knowing. Perception means knowing. The knowing of something. Not necessarily just seeing. But eyes are our greatest sense organ. The most powerful and the most important sense organ is the eye. So what yogis do, they roll up the eyes to the third eye. Right? In yoga or any form of these meditations, kriya that you do, they'll say roll up the eye to the middle of the eyebrows, your eyeballs, so that your eyes don't keep moving here and there. This is one way of looking inside, which means you bring your eyes here, and then your eyes are stationary and stationed here. It'll pain when you start doing it. But once you've practiced enough, your eyes will come and rest here. And when it is there, now what is seeing? Your eyes have been stationed here. Now what is it within you that is perceiving? It is your mind. Right? Because the moment you bring your eyes here, it's nice. You keep it, place it, station it, quiet. And then now the mind is starting to search and see and seek and understand and imagine It is trying to imagine, it is trying to bring the past. So what we do is we give the mind something to hold. So either it's an image of a Bhagavan, image of Ishta, image of Guru, Guru Paduka, some image you give and you bring it here. Right? And then slowly through this practice, you bring your mind into the heart. Heart means what? You bring your mind, the attention within you, not this physical heart. Don't start visualizing the heart pumping and all. What you're saying is heart means that experience of I within me. Hridaya. The experience of I inside me is where you bring, where is this that I feel I experience myself as I? I'm experiencing it. I experience it all over the place, but there is a particular kind of localization that happens. Right? There is, when I point to myself, I don't point to myself like this, like this, like this, like this, right? Of course, you see Chinese or Japanese, they'll point themselves as like that. They'll point to themselves as, they'll point to the nose. But generally, most of us point to yourself as I, here, here. Very natural, instinctive pointing is here. Left, right, wherever, doesn't matter, but you point to yourself as here. Even a little child will point itself as like this. So there is a particular kind of localization of where you are. Bring your attention to that. This is what it means. So what is happening step by step? You're getting to a place where you're not trying to see something, but you are getting an understanding of the inside. You're getting an understanding of that presence or consciousness inside you. This is that light of that understanding. And when you bring your attention to that heart center, wherever within you, and then you rest, your eyes are rolled up, but your focus is here, and you're resting in that, then you've brought your mind to a particular form of stillness. And in that, what you're perceiving is your presence. That I am here, I am here, I am here, I am here. So this I am here now, I am here now. This should be the japa. This is called ajapa japa. Whether we like it or not, there is a japa that is going on continuously within us. That is I am, I am, I am. Correct? We are not aware of it all the time because we are we are stuck in transactions. We are not aware of this I am experience. So we bring our attention to that I am, and from there we now become aware of that japa that is happening continuously. Something inside you is telling you I am here. You can also use your breath to bring your attention back to that place. Because when you close your eyes, your eyes are going here, your mind is brought here. Use your breath to also stabilize yourself. You don't have to do anything with the breath, but just observe the breath. And then when your mind is rested here, all you're doing is you're observing. You're only observing this I am, I am, I am. When this happens slowly, then there is this light of understanding that you are here irrespective of anything that is happening. And the understanding that you've always been here, whether in the you in the past, go back 10 years. Right now, if you're thinking I am here, think about 10 years ago. Were you somewhere else? You are not somewhere else. You were there only. You didn't realize it. You didn't recognize it. 10 years from now, will you be somewhere else? No. If 10 years later also you sit and you look at this, I am here, you will be there only. This, when it happens slowly, then we recognize that there is this light of consciousness inside me. This light of consciousness is Antar Jyoti. This is this Jyoti which is inside. And then he says, Bahir Jyoti. From this inside, this Jyoti inside, from this Jyoti, I see the light outside. Everything on the outside is then seen. Because the outside light does not make any sense if you are not aware or you are not present. Correct? In sleep, are you able to see anything outside? We are not able to see anything outside. Why? Because you are not there. That perception, that perceiver is not there. So, which means when you are seeing outside, understand that because you are able to see, this presence is there. My guru would recall one Tirumular Vakyam. I may say it right, and just help me here if I go wrong. முகத்தின் கண் கொண்டு மூடர்கள் முகத்தின் கண் கொண்டு பார்க்கிற மூடர்கள் அகத்தின் கண் கொண்டு பார்ப்பதே ஆனந்தம். Something like this it goes. முகத்தின் கண் கொண்டு பார்க்கிற மூடர்கள், oh fools who are seeing using the outer eyes, அகத்தின் கண் கொண்டு பார்ப்பதே ஆனந்தம். The one who is able to see using the inner eyes, he knows what is that joy. That is true joy. That is Anandam. So this particular understand, why we have to go inside Antar Jyoti. First we recognize the Antar Jyoti. To know that this Bahir Jyoti, whether it exists or not, is determined by this Antar Jyoti. If this you do not exist inside, or you don't recognize your presence outside, the outside or inside, the outside doesn't make any sense. The outside is irrelevant. When you are sleeping, when you are in deep sleep, whether the world exists or not, it is irrelevant to you. Because you have shut off. Antar Jyotihi, Bahir Jyotihi, Pratyak Jyoti, Parat Paraha. So then from this inside, when you see outside, everything is light. And again, this light is not this light or darkness. Understand this. We are not talking only about this light of the day. We are talking about the light of understanding. So even at night, when you open up your eyes and see, that sense of understanding is there. You're seeing the outside world, which is now turned away from the sun. That's all. But your sense of perception is now lighted up. Because you know this is the one that is experiencing all that is outside. Antar Jyotihi, Bahir Jyotihi, Pratyak Jyoti, Parat Paraha. Now, Pratyak Jyoti means everywhere this person is able to perceive light. Which means everywhere that you don't see any darkness at all. Because this Jyoti that we are talking about is not opposed to darkness. This Jyoti is not a light which is opposed to darkness. Usually this example is used, right? You have a cave that has been dark for 1,000 years. You take a lamp into the cave. How long does it take for the lamp to light up the cave? The cave was dark for 1,000 years. Now you take this lamp inside the cave. How long does it take for it to light up? It is instantaneous. Instantaneous, right? It doesn't say, oh, there is 1,000 years of darkness. Light is not going to tell you, listen, I need at least 24 hours to clear up the mess. Doesn't say that. 1,000 years of darkness, 10,000 years of darkness doesn't matter. Because light, the presence of light is instantaneous. And which direction does it go in? Is there a particular direction that light shines? It shines instantaneously in all directions. So when it lights up everything around you. When you light a lamp, when you have a lamp with you, you take a matchbox and light it, there is darkness. Instantaneously, the whole place lights up to the extent it can. If you take Tiruvannamala Deepam on the Malai, of course, that light can light up much larger area. You take a small Deepam, it will light up that much area. The physical size of that lamp will determine the distance of how much it can light up. But essentially, the nature of it, the property of it, is to light up everything around it instantaneously at the same time in all directions. Pratyak Jyoti Paratpara. Pratyak Jyoti, which means everywhere it lights up instantaneously. So somebody who comes to this understanding, this is a very beautiful verse, Pratyak Jyoti Paratpara, because when somebody comes to an understanding, real understanding, his questions will not be unitary in nature, which means he will not ask questions like, yes, I have understood Bhagavan, I have understood Brahman, I have understood Narayana, I have understood all the spiritual teachings, but still, why did Bhagavan create this world? There are people who ask such questions, right? Why is there so much suffering? Why even good people are going through suffering? Why is so many, we see people are evil, but yet they get so much of wealth and prosperity and fun and frolic in their life? Why am I why am I put through so much? All of these questions are indications that this light is not lighted up. If we say that, yes, I have truly understood what Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna is saying, yes, I have truly understood what he is saying. I know what the Upanishads are saying. I know what the Acharyas are saying. I know what the Gurus are saying, the Masters are saying. I sit, I close my eyes, I experience this. Then, when the light of understanding, it will not then say, oh, I have lighted up partially I am yet to light up. It is never like that. It's like the lamp. If the lamp is lighted up, it is instantaneous in all directions. That darkness there is instantaneously gone. So in the same way, when understanding dawns upon us in some form or the other, then all of these darknesses will vanish away. Then we don't have to sit and analyze specific events in our life, specific things that have happened, specific people, specific individuals. We will stop analyzing all of that. Because you would have understood that that analysis doesn't make any sense, because that analysis is in darkness, it is not in light. See, suppose you are sitting again, like we had this experience in the yatra we had gone to Vasishta Gufa in Rishikesh, beautiful place. So we were sitting inside the Gufa, and I don't know, I probably told something about a snake or some conversation was happening, and Gayatri's little child caught up on that. And then we went into that Gufa, and she was continuously, Papa, there is snake here. Shh, Papa, அப்பா எல்லாரும் மெடிடேட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், அது வந்து எல்லாரையும் ஸ்னேக்குன்னு she is giving the snake meditation to everybody. So what is happening? The mind is now starting to create a snake. And then anything small happens, a little wind blows under your feet, you'll get jittery because it's pitch dark. That cave is pitch dark. Now, suppose you put a light there. And suppose there is something small moving, the cloth or the fabric or the kambli that you're sitting on is moving and making that sensation on your body. And you turn the light on. Suppose you bring a lamp to see what is it that is there. In your mind, it has created a snake. So where is the snake? In your mind. It is created. We bring the lamp, you see it is the kambli that is coming and hitting your leg, hitting your feet. Then will you go in search of that snake? Will we go in search of that snake? No. Because you know that that snake was created in your head. In reality, it is only the kambli that was touching your skin. What enabled it? That light. The lamp enabled your understanding that there is no snake there. Once that is occurred, that understanding has come, will you go running behind, okay, let me find out where is that snake? This is what is happening in our life. We say we have understood, but we go running behind questions or analyzing events in life. But we are fooling ourselves telling, I have understood it. But then this one question I want answer for. This one question I want answer for. And it bothers your whole life. Which means we have not understood. So he says, Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyak Jyoti, Paratpara. There is no darkness only. This darkness is assumed in your head. The snake is assumed in your head. This suffering is assumed in your head. This difficulties that you're going through is your own creation. Of course, physical problems are physical problems. As I said, pain versus suffering are two different things. Pain is definitely pain. Physical pain is definitely pain. We can't deny that. But we convert that to suffering is our making. So he says there is no darkness anywhere. And when somebody comes into that understanding that this suffering, this anxiety, this depression, or this incompleteness is all my creation. And this I try to recognize saying, Pratyak Jyotihi, everywhere there is only light, O Bhagavan. There is only light, it is only your light. How in Mukunda Mala Stotram, Kulasekara Alvar, he sees Bhagavan everywhere. He says, I don't see anything else. It is only your presence that is everywhere. I wake up, I see you, Krishna. I go to the bathroom, I see you, Krishna. I come out, I go down, I have my breakfast, I see Krishna. I see Krishna is walking along with me. I go to my workplace, I see Krishna. Or I go meet my friends, I see Krishna. Krishna is along with me and Krishna is there also. This kind of experience, this is Vishwarupa Darshanam. This Vishwarupa Darshanam is not just for that Arjuna who is standing on the battlefield and suddenly Bhagavan appeared everywhere. When you are able to perceive, you are able to carry this experience of Bhagavan, you are able to carry this experience of Jyoti, this light of understanding wherever you go. Because it is inside you only. Outside is a reflection of what is inside you, mind you. We keep searching on the outside. If you are not able to see Hanuman inside, what is the point of searching him outside? If you are not able to hold your concentration on Krishna inside you, what is the point of searching him outside? Because even if he appears on the outside, it will be a flicker. We live such a long life. It will be a flicker. It will come, it will go, and you'll be yearning. You'll keep talking about it. Oh, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, I saw Krishna. Krishna came, played with me. 50 years ago, this happened, that happened. We'll keep talking about it throughout your life. Your life will be over. It was so great. My guru, the time I spent with my guru, it was super, super. No cholinde. Right now, you're living a wretched life. So this Pratyak Jyoti Paratpara is very important to understand that everywhere I see, when I get to this understanding, it is only light. There is no darkness. Jyotir Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmyam. So he says, this Jyotisham api Tad Jyotihi. This Jyoti is the Jyoti of all Jyotihi, light of all lights. Jyotir Jyotihi. This light is not the light that you see. It is not the light of light and darkness. It is beyond duality. It is not the light of joy and sorrow. It is not the light of day and night. It is not the light of happiness and suffering. It is beyond that. This light is a light that is continuously existing. Jyotir Jyotihi. Swayam Jyotihi. It is enlightened by itself. It is Swayam Jyotihi, self-effulgent. It does not require somebody else to come and light it up. For you, right now, the moment you close your eyes and sit down and you see, I am there, I am here. Did anybody have to come and tell you whether you're here or not? Nobody has to tell us. I am here. Right now, at this moment, I'm here. This I am here experience is Swayam Jyotihi. And this Swayam Jyoti, he says, is Atma Jyoti, which means it is this Chaitanya, it is this consciousness, this Atma. Atma or consciousness or Chaitanya. This Jyoti is not just like any fire or tube light or on the light, on the light. This Jyoti is conscious. It is a conscious principle. It is intelligence. That intelligence is within me. It is always operating within me, this intelligence. Atma Jyoti. And what is this Atma Jyoti? Shivaha Asmi Aham. This Atma Jyoti is Shivaha. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam Tamasah Parastat Tameva Vidwan Amrita Iha Bhavati Nanyah Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. Edhula vardadu Purusha Suktam.
Purusha Suktam.
Purusha Suktam. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. I now understand this great being, Purusham Mahantam. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantam. Aditya Varnam. This, it is of the light of Aditya Varnam, means the golden sunlight. It is that brightness, that light. Aditya Varnam Tamasaha Parastat, which means it is beyond ignorance. This light is beyond knowledge and ignorance. I know, I do not know. It is beyond that. Tamasaha Parastat. Tameva Vidwan Amrita Iha Bhavati. The one who knows this is a Vidwan. And he gets Amritam Iha Bhavati. He gets understanding, he gets immortality right here, right now. Amritam Iha Bhavati. And he says, Nanyah Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. There is no other way out of this. This is the only way, the only way, the only way. Na Anya Pantha. Nanyah Pantha Ayanaya Vidyate. To obtain this, there is no other way except an understanding Antar Jyotihi, Bahir Jyotihi, Pratyak Jyoti, Paratpara, Jyotir Jyoti, Swayam Jyotihi, Atma Jyoti, Shiva Asmi Aham. I am that auspiciousness. Shivaha means all auspiciousness, all mangalam, all kalyanam. It is I. When somebody went to Sai Baba, they didn't see a man who was sitting in tattered clothes begging. They saw Bhagavan himself. Why? He was sitting in the most dilapidated condition. His kutir was all broken. He was wearing ragged clothes, torn. He was begging, asking for alms. But what did the devotees there see? They saw Bhagavan incarnate, Dattatreya incarnate, Brahma Vishnu Shiva incarnate. That is Shivaha. That is auspiciousness. How could he experience that? And how could not just experience, because he was experiencing, he was also transmitting that. We don't need people to look at us and say Bhagavan, but at least an Amsha. I can experience some peace in this person's presence. I can experience some joy, some light. I can experience some kind of a calmness in this person's presence. This much at least we should do. And we keep complaining about our condition. Oh, I'm in this house, I'm in this problem, I'm in this thing, I'm in this situation, I am this thing, that thing. In my presence, when people come, do they feel calm? I don't have to speak anything. Can they feel that presence, calm, silence, and go? It was not that because I took the example of Sai Baba, it was not that every time he went, somebody, he was continuously speaking. He was not a radio turned on all the time speaking, right? People found solace in his presence, in his silence. How is that? Where is auspiciousness in or tattered clothes? Where is auspiciousness in begging? Where is auspiciousness in broken down house? Where is auspiciousness in growing a beard and not shaving and clean? Where is it? But yet people felt auspiciousness in his presence. Because he had this experience of Antar Jyotihi, Bahir Jyotihi, Pratyak Jyoti, Parat Paraha. Jyotir Jyotir, Swayam Jyotihi. And that Jyoti is self-effulgent and it is myself. It is this Chaitanya, this consciousness. Atma Jyoti, Shivosmyaham. That Shivaha Asmi Aham. I am that Shivaha. I am not waiting for somebody to give me that label that I am auspicious or I am feeling great in your presence. But we should, within ourselves, we should always feel auspicious. We should always feel full with light, filled with knowledge. Brahmajnanavali, Avali means a cluster, like Deepavali. Deepavali means what? Deepa Avali. Avali means a cluster or a series. A series of light is Deepavali. And in Deepavali, that everything is light, right? We light up everywhere, everything. Deepa Avali. அது திவாலின்னு எடுத்து. It is Deepa Avali. Avali means a cluster or a series of Deepa. In the same way, Brahma Jnanavali, it is an Avali of Jnana. It is a series of knowledge, series of understanding. We have that wave after wave of understanding. Continuously, we have that understanding of what? Of Brahman, of Bhagavan, of Paramatma, of that Paratma, the Paravidya. That understanding in a series, which means continuously that must be flowing within us. And then you experience Shiva Asmi Aham. You experience that auspiciousness. You experience that Kalyana Asmi Aham, Jyotihi Asmi Aham. And Purnosmi Aham. I am Purna. I don't have to look for anything anymore. I am complete. Can I die right now like that? Right now, if I drop the body, I am complete. And that will spill. It should spill. You will notice people around you are experiencing that, it will spill out. So this is Brahmajnanavali. It's a very beautiful work, Brahmajnanavali Mala. And this Avali is a series and it's like a mala. The series tied like a mala. And we can also carry it as a rosary mala, a bead that you use to chant 21. 21 is half of a mandala, 42. If you take 42 as a mandala, 21 is half of it. And if you're able to chant this at an approximate speed, it takes about maybe 5 to 7 minutes. And we chant this at regular times. It is a reminder, brings our mind continuously back to this fact that I am complete, I am complete, I am this light, I am complete. Don't go to this situation again saying, I am complete, but the problem in the பட்டில் தான் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் ஆனா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஆரம்பிப்போம் நம்ம. எனக்கு எல்லாம் புரியாது, எல்லாம் கடவுள் எனக்கு எல்லாம் செஞ்சுட்டு இருக்காரு, எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் ஐ எம் கிரேஸ்ட், பகவான் இஸ் டூயிங் எவ்ரி திங் ஃபார் மீ, ஐ நோ வெரெவர் ஐ கோ எவ்ரி திங், மை குரு இஸ் தேர். ஆனால் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி வருவோம். அந்த ஆனாலுக்கு அப்புறம் பெரிய லிஸ்ட் ஓட்ட வரும். Full stop, no. If you are graced, you know Bhagavan is there with you, you know everything is taken care. Anal என்னது? Full stop anga, finished. That anal is the one that keeps you incomplete throughout your life. It will never make you feel complete. அந்த ஆனால்ல மேல ஒரு புள்ளி வந்துடல, அதோடவாவது நிறுத்திக்கோங்க. பின்ன அதுக்கப்புறம் வேண்டாம். This is important and this is our own resolution. Next year we are starting 2026. We should make this resolution. I am not going. See, you want to discuss, sometimes you have to let go of your bharam, that burden that is there. All of that is very beautiful. Don't believe in it. See, a lot of times we go out for a walk, we go somewhere, we gather dirt. We have to take a shower, yes. But don't believe that you're dirty. There is a difference between cleansing and believing that you are fundamentally flawed. The problem that we are in is we think we are fundamentally flawed. There is some fundamental issue. There is nothing. There is no issue. These are okay. I get emotions, I get anger, I get hatred, I get jealousy, I get this thing. But also learn a way to cleanse it off. Don't keep throwing it on somebody else. Cleanse it, find it away, because it's happening inside me. Anybody else could be the problem outside. Because of you, I got anger. Yes, that's fine. Doesn't matter. That because avashyam illa. I got anger, I got sad, I got depressed. I should cleanse. அவ்வளவுதான். Cleanse and then move on. Cleanse and move on. This process, if we keep doing, we will always remain in that process of understanding. Otherwise, we will keep going into, and the anal, that list will start becoming big and big. Right? So this is where we have to understand how do we integrate this knowledge. Brahmajnanavali is actually a Nididhyasana Shastra. It is a text for Nididhyasana, to sit and contemplate. How do you integrate this into your daily life? This is how. This knowledge is there. Yes, I understand. I sit, I meditate, I do dhyana, I understand this, I absorb this. But when it comes to my actual life, my emotion, my feeling, I have to understand, yes, it is there. I don't start looking out because of who, because of who, because of who, because of who. No, it is happening inside me. I should find a way to cleanse it, move on. right? So let us start 26 with this resolution. We will do a 5-10 minutes dhyana if it's okay. It's already, I know, India time 9:30. So 9:40 varaikkum mudiyumna, or 9:35, 9:40 varaikkum. We'll just do a little bit of meditation and then we'll close. ॐ कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायति समर्पयामि, सदाशिवायति समर्पयामि, जगदम्बिकेति समर्पयामि, सद्गुरुनाथायति समर्पयामि। तत्सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः।